Hello, hi, and welcome back to Jolly Jilly's Crafts. You can see my hands, but not my face because we're crafting here today. So I upload videos every single Tuesday. Please go ahead and click on the like button and subscribe to my channel. And if you want to click the notification bell, you will be you'll be notified every time I upload a video. Okay, so let's get right to it. I've seen this craft and I wanted to do it. It's like a gnome Christmas tree. So what you're going to need is 2 Dollar Tree's Christmas trees. You're going to need, this is one of the clear flower one of the clear square candle holders that I painted black. You're going to need one of these guys for the nose, although this might be too big, so I got these also just in case. I've never seen it done, but I'm super excited. You're going to need a Dollar Tree scarf as well. I chose this one. I like the pattern for his little hat. And with that, let's just get to it, guys. You'll need glue as well. Oh, and this is for the foam that I'm going to be putting in this. So I also got this from last year from Walmart at the end of the season. It was on sale. I think it says here it's $248, and I got it like maybe 50% off or 75% off. So really it was like probably as cheap as a Dollar Tree ornament. But everything else really here is Dollar Tree. So what we're going to do first is we need 2 of these trees because, as we all know, Dollar Tree trees are $1.25 and they are a little bit sparse. So we'll get 2 of these out. You do not need the feet. Okay. Of which there are 3. Okay. So the first thing that we are going to do is we're going to pop this guys off they all have these on the bottom and we don't need them on the bottom. So they're really easy to just pop off. Okay. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to open all the branches, but we're going to open them to one side only. So we want them all to be going down like this. And we'll spread them out and everything, but they all need to be going down. But we want this side to be flat because we're going to glue and also wrap these 2 together. Okay. So just push them down. Like so, because they're all pointed up. And this is going to be the gnome's beard. It's going to be super fun, guys. I'm super duper excited. Now, I only really want you to see my hands in this video because that's what's important, so we can see what we're doing. So here we go. Just push these down. See, now this long one here, this tall long guy, is what we're going to use to wrap both sides with each other. So I might just pause the video because it's going to get long otherwise, and then I'll come back when I'm going to put the 2 trees together. Alright, so there you have it. This is the back side of the tree. All the bristles are going forward, and I did it to both. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and put glue along the spine here, and then I'm going to wrap these around each other to hold them securely together as well. So I haven't seen anyone like glue gun them, but I mean, I think it might be good to add some glue. So you're going to need a lot of glue gun for this project. So heat those glue guns up because that's a lot of what we're doing today is gluing. So we're just going to go ahead and press these 2 guys together, making sure they're kind of, the bottoms are lined up with each other. You see here, you want them to be lined up. Okay. Oh, hot. I'm just going to go ahead and hold these guys together real quick. Remember, metal is hot and it heats up. So be careful when you're gluing it. So you want those guys to be kind of level to each other. Mine is not super level. And then we're going to push them into foam, in a foam block. Now originally I just wanted to use these 2 boots, but the trees are so heavy that in fact what would happen is the boots would fall over. And then our little gnome guy would be lost. Okay, so this is what our tree base looks like. Okay, so he's together. And then, okay, let's see, he's together. Okay. There we go. So what we're going to do next is we're going to take some, oh geez, I'm so excited about this video, guys. I'm so excited to do this craft. You have no idea. I've seen it and I loved it. And I was like, yes, please. And this is actually my first Christmas craft of 2020. So I'm going to be using 2 of these blocks. They're the floral foams. I'm just going to glue them together. Let me do that really quickly. And then we're going to have to, let me see. We're going to have to cut them down some because it doesn't quite fit in this. So I'm just going to hold them together for a second. And then, there we go. That was your uncle. So I'm just going to cut it down about this much. There. And then it should probably fit in here. Just tickety-boo. Okay. Push it all the way in. There we go. Okay, perfect. And then next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our 2, these guys, and we're going to make a hole right at the very edge here. Because what I want to do is I want to glue, okay, these are good. And then, boop, because what I want to do is I want to glue these to the front so it looks like his feet. But of course, let's see. But of course, I don't know what I was saying. I lost my train of thought. So I'm going to go ahead and stick these guys back in there because they're glued in. Push them down. I think that's good. Okay. So that's what the front of your gnome is going to look like. And then I just want to see if I can just attach the feet here and see how they look. If I like that or not. Oh yeah, that's going to look super, super cute. Hey guys? That's going to look super cute. Okay. So I think I might attach those last. So now I just want to have a look at this guy. I'm going to spread out his little branches a little bit. And just kind of push him down a little bit. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get, yeah, that's perfect. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get the scarf. So what, in order to make his hat, we're going to go ahead and use this fleece, women's fleece scarf. You can get the men's one too. It doesn't really matter that much. So what we need to do is we need to take it out from here first. And then we're going to fold it in half. Okay. Let me see if it's pretty folded in half. It is folded in half, but it's not perfect, you see. Okay. So we want the edges to line up. There we go. Okay. Oh. Oops. There's a little guy in there. Okay. Two little guys in there. Okay. So, just take them out. Okay. So, is there other? Okay, I think that works. Okay. So what we do is we go ahead, we open this up, and we make sure that the edges are lined up, as I was saying earlier, but I didn't really do it properly. Okay, so make sure your edges are lined up, and you want to cut. So we're going to be making, first we're going to do is we're going to make mittens out of this. So we want about 3 inches. So about that much space we need for mittens. So we're just going to go ahead and cut across, okay? Okay, perfect. We're going to make cute little mittens for our friend's arms. Okay. Okay, and what we need to do first is we need to take some of these, 2 of these strings and save them because we're gonna wrap those around our little friend's arms. So let me see. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. Just cut them off here. And then I will unwrap them in a little bit. So the first thing I want to do is the easiest part, which is we just want to make mittens. So we're just going to make a mitten that's about this big. So from your finger all the way around to your thumb, that's how big we want it to be. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to freehand it because it doesn't seem like it should be that difficult. Okay. And then we're just going to glue the mittens together, and then we'll turn them inside out. And the nice thing about these scarves is there's really no, so I'll cut 2 squares. There's really no inside and no outside because they have they're like almost double-sided. So I'm just gonna go and cut this off and cut 2 little squares. And I want to get some of the pattern So I'm just gonna cut squares. Here we go. So I want to get some of the pattern on the glove. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and cut here, and then I'll round them off as well. And then here, because that's cute too. So about that. And then of course the next thing we'll do is we'll just round off the mittens, okay? So I'm just gonna go ahead and make a little mitten shape without the thumb. So it's just basically just a U shape, like I was showing you guys earlier with my hand. Okay, got it a little straight. Okay. All right, so this label's on here still, so we're just gonna have to cut that off. I've been so excited to do this Christmas craft. I bought those boots and I love them at the end of the season last year. And so I was super, super excited to make them, to make the little guys, because they're so stinking adorable. Holy cow. I just love them to pieces. Like, I'm not a super gnome person, but with the tree, I'm just like, wow, wow, that is so fantastic. I just loved it. Okay. So there we have the little guy's mittens. What we're gonna do next is we're just gonna go ahead and glue them together, and I need to get some more glue. So I'm just gonna pause the video really quickly and get some more glue sticks. So I have my glue. I use the Gorilla Glue sticks that I buy from Walmart. I only have about 5 or 6 left, so I might have to take a trip and get some more. I use this big glue gun from Walmart too. I like it, it's a good one. So let's see. So now what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna open the mittens, and we're just gonna glue around very close to the seam of the outside. Because what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and turn them inside out too. Now I found this idea from the Daily DIYer, and I really, really liked it. Okay, and let's see. I got this from Dollar Tree yesterday, guys. It's so good. I'm not gonna burn my hands as much as I did anymore. Thank goodness for this little thing. I'm so happy with it. So let's do that. Cute little mitten. And then after that, I'm gonna show you how we're gonna make the hat. Now you could add a bell to his hat or not. It's completely up to you. I might, because I have some, or I haven't quite decided yet. But I'll have to pause the video and find them if I do decide to put a bell on his little hat, because I didn't think about it before I made the video. Okay, so okay, there we go. Pat, 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 pat. These are so good because they have rubber tips, you see, and it's double-sided. I love it. It's so good. Okay, there we go. So leave that there for now. And I just said that, and still I burned myself. What am I doing with my life, kids? And we'll put that aside for later. And then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna cut down the scarf. So I really like the way they did it, the Daily DIYer and her mom. So they made sure again that the scarf was basically flush, both sides and everything. Gotta make sure it's flush because we wanna make a nice even hat. Okay, so what they did is they took the length of the scarf. Okay, so that's pretty good. You see how it's pretty good? And then they folded it over. Okay. Oh, there's a little thing there. And they folded it over. And then what she did is she went like this. She went, oops, where's that? It's a little bumpy here. Try that again. Fold it over. And then she basically made a shape of a hat. So she cut from this corner all the way up to that corner, and I don't think it much matters which corner you cut from, just so long, because you're gonna be gluing it anyway. So I'm gonna cut from this corner all the way to that corner, and it makes a really nice shape. So let's go ahead and do that with my handy dandy left-handed scissors. Okay. And it's basically, you're making kind of a T shape. No, not a T shape, a triangle. Sorry guys, I'm missing my words today. Basically a triangle. Now don't worry if the cutting is not 100% perfect. It is, you know, a handmade craft. And plus you're going to be gluing it. So, and turning it inside out. So basically, and I think, let's see. I think that's good enough. There I go. Okay. Okay. So that part you can use for something else. And then you just open it like that. Oh, that's cute. And then cut it down here. Cut it open. And perfect. A little skinny hat shape. That's stinking adorable. Okay. I think I want to, now when you're gluing this, so we're going to be gluing this and turning it inside out. So when you glue it, you want to start from here, because when you turn it inside out, you're going to flip the lid over. So I'm going to take my handy dandy glue gun here and I'm going to start gluing it. But like I said, I'm only going to start from about where this red line is. So about 3 inches. And just really close to the seam line here, because you don't want to waste too much of the material. And I made it a little too close together. I think it's a little bit smaller than I had intended, which is okay, that's fine, because it's just a little gnome's hat, right? Okay, let's see. Okay, and just lay it down on top of the hot glue there, and then all the way up to the top here. Okay. So there's that. And then we're going to come around to the other side. Make sure it's nice and glued up. See? That's fine. Okay. So now we're going to take this over to the other side and start gluing as well. Okay. Now this is the first one I've made and I'm like loving it. It's so fun to do this one. It's gonna be so cute. I can hardly wait until this is all together. It's gonna be so stinking adorable. I have to remember to stop right at about there. Okay. Okay. So in the, oops, there we go. I'm gonna go ahead and let that cool. So I'm gonna put the video on pause for a second. Okay guys, I'll be right back with you. Okay, so the glue has cooled down, so we're gonna go ahead and turn out our little mittens. Just be gentle. Have gentle hands. I tell the students at school, gentle hands please, students. Gentle hands. Okay, and I'll just pop them out to make cute little mittens. Okay, so these are gonna be the mittens on my little guy. Okay, there's one, and we're just going to attach them after we attach the hat. Okay, okay, so here's the adorable little mittens for our little cutie patootie gnome guy. Okay, see how cute those are? I just love them. This guy needs to be popped out a little bit more, but there we go, that's fine. Okay. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead, these are the little laces for the mittens. We're gonna go ahead and turn this inside out as well. Right side in, inside out. Okay, so just remember, gentle hands, gentle hands. Okay, so there we go, and pull out the middle here. Pull out the middle. You can either tie this in a knot, or you can tie it in a knot, or you can just leave it and then add a bell to it. I have a little bell that I will add to it. And okay, so I think, let's see if it's turned out maybe. Yeah, it's turned out as much as we can, turn it out. So here's the shape of our beautiful hat. I'm just gonna put my hand through and make sure that it's nice and flat for his little head. And then, oh no, we still have these seams open. What are we to do? So we're just gonna go ahead and glue the seams to each other, because we're gonna fold this up on top of his it It's like a hat that, you know, you roll over, you turn over to make it look extra cute. Winter cute, you know what I'm saying? Okay, let's see. So I'm just gonna put these seams together on both sides, and then we will, once it cools down, we will go ahead and what do you call it? Okay. There we go. Okay, perfect. So it doesn't matter that the seam is different than that seam because we're going to be rolling it, because we want them to have a little roly-poly little hat. It's going to be really cute. Okay. Sorry if you can't see that. So it's looking a little funky now. You can see, right? You have a beautiful seam here, and then you're like, oh my gosh, what's happening? What's happening in this life? But see, we're going to roll it up twice. Oops. Should I wait for the glue to dry? It's still warm. Hold on. Psh. Okay, there we go. Okay, roll it once, and then we're gonna roll it twice. There we go. Oops. Oh, that didn't want to stay. Okay. Okay, so there's our little gnome hat. In fact, I might stick just a little dot of glue to keep it in place, because it doesn't really seem like it wants to stay. It wants to do its own thing. So I'm just gonna put a little dot of glue here. Stick it over. This guy doesn't want to stay either, so just a little bit of extra glue. Kind of stick it on the hat so it stays where I want it to stay on that side. And I'm going to flip it over, and it doesn't really want to stay rolled up, but I want it to stay rolled up. So I'm just going to stick a little bit of glue on the inside of the hat where I want it to stay stuck on the other side. And I'm going to do the same here, and that way it'll stay where I want it to stay, because I want it to stay rolled up and cute looking. So let's see. So now that that's glued together, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our tree and we're gonna put a hat on it. Okay, so this looks tickety-boo up here. It looks yucky and gross, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put his little hat on his head, and down we go. Okay, let me see. So it's good on the back. I'm just gonna turn it around to the side here. What you could do is, if you wanted to make this fluffy, you could stick some cotton in it, or you could stick like a grocery bag or something in it. Let me see. I'm just gonna lay with his hat a bit till I have it where I want it, and then yeah, that's perfect. Okay, and I think in the end I'm gonna end up putting a bell down here just because it's pretty cute. Okay, so that's kind of where I want it. Okay, perfect. Look at him, he's so cute already, and he doesn't even have his nose on. So when I was at the Dollar Tree, I noticed that they used this big one, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna like it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and open these and see if I like this size or not. Come on. I should have opened these before I started filming, but I didn't, because this is how I roll. Give me a second. I'm going to organize myself properly, and I'm going to take these two out and see which one I like better. So I'm going to put you on pause so you don't have to see me struggle, okay? But that, guys, the camera cut off, oops, a little bit. So there we go. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to put his gloves on here. So he has two little arms, and what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and take two branches and stick them inside of the mitten. I don't want to burn myself with the glue gun, so I'm just going to try and stick them on, and then I'll put some glue in once the arms are in. So, and then you're going to go ahead and tie around the top of his glove. Her. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit of glue inside. Press it down. So I just put some glue on the inside of the front of the glove, and then it should be fine for the back of the glove. And then what you do is you take one of these ties that you took from the bottom of the scarf, and then you're just going to tie it. So make it really, really cute. Let's see here. So I'm going to turn it towards me a little bit and just tie the top and make a little bow around it. Make the little bow, just for fun. Just because it is Christmas time after all. There we go, little bow. Cutesy cutesy. Okay. And then we're gonna do the same with the other side. So here's what one looks like. We're gonna do the same with the other side, and then he will have his mittens on and be good to go. And pick which side that you like that has the nicer pattern. So my camera is a little bit haunted today. So this is what our gnome looks like now. We're gonna go ahead and attach these feet, ouch, to the front of the, to the front of the candle holder. So at first we're gonna go ahead and cut off this, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna cut this off, and then I'm gonna put hot glue and a combination of the Gorilla Clear Grip on here so it will stay for a long period of time. This is like very similar to E6000, and I bought the small ones because I thought they were easier to use maybe, and they'll stay better for longer. Like the E6000, I find that it dries up pretty quickly. Oh, it smells just like E6000 too. And I'm going to do a combination of both hot glue and E6000 because I want it to be a more permanent hold. But I find if you put E6000 too close to the hot glue that they kind of negate each other. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this guy on his back and then lift up his skirts. There we go. And there we go. Make sure that, okay, he is there. Okay, one. Now we're just going to hold this down, and then we're going to fix the back of him. And also put a little bit of snow on the face of this beautiful gnome. Okay, I think that should be okay with the glue. So I'm gonna just pick it up and lift it up. And see, now he has little gnome feet. All right, and push it down, make sure. Got to make sure that your gnome feet are okay. Perfect. Okay, so there's our little guy with his little feet. Oh, he's so adorable. Okay, so let's make sure that these trees are down in front of him. Kind of move everything around as you would, so you can still kind of see his feet. And we're almost done. I'm just gonna go ahead and take some of, because I don't like how the back is so open here. So I'm just gonna take some of these, they're the wired garland ties. I'm just gonna probably take one or two of them and fill in the back. I'm gonna bend them in half. And actually I could probably just stick them through here. Let me see where this is. Instead of gluing them, I might be able to just run them through the back of the top here. Oh yeah, that works. Kind of tie them on to each other and fill in the back a little bit. Maybe even two or three, just because I don't like how empty it was looking, right? And that's the thing with these Dollar Tree trays. They are just a little tiny bit sparse, and you kind of have to fill in the gaps sometimes. So I'm just poking it through the front of the tree and pulling it through, okay? And we're just gonna do that so we can fill in the back a little bit more so this elf doesn't look so sad on the back. Okay, and I think, let me see here. I think that might be okay. Because I don't really want people seeing the back too much of this. So there's that. So that's how it looks from the back and from the sides. There we go. Here's this little mittens, and we'll just kind of play around with it, okay? So he's looking good at the front, he's looking good at the back. There we go. Okay, so this is our little guy. Like I said, I might add just a tiny little bit of white paint around his front area there. Let me just kind of move the branches around a little bit until I'm happy with how it looks. because once you put the paint on, you can't really move it around anymore. So I think, let's see. Okay. Oh, that glue gun keeps burning me. Okay, so, oh, he's adorable. We love him. You're so cute, my little gnome. Okay, there we go. So almost done. And you don't actually have to add, the little snowy part around his nose just to make him a little bit more festive. But I think I will, because why not? Let's go big or go home, people. We are almost done here. So I'm just gonna go ahead, oops, take a little paint off my paintbrush here. And it's gonna be like a dry brushing. So just add a little bit around his beard. Okay, so just a little tiny bit, just to make him a little bit more festive, right kind of around. Yeah, there we go. Oops, I got his nose. Take that paint off his nose right now, Missy. Let's see. Oops, dear me. Making a mess of his nose. That's okay. Just put a little bit down here. Just a little bit. Just to make him a little more festive. Festive. Oh, why does this keep falling off? Oi, oi, oi. Oi, oi. Oh my gosh, this is so adorable. I love this guy. He is so stinking cute. Oh yeah. I think the white just adds a little bit of something around his beard, just to make him look even more cute. There we go. And if you're not happy, you can just go ahead and wipe it off, right? That's a good thing about paint. Okay, so boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a look at the reveal of our beautiful, cutest little gnome. Trying to get the paint all in there. All right, guys, this is how he's gonna look. Oh my gosh, he's super adorable. Look at him. Oh, who doesn't love a gnome, guys? Who doesn't love him? He is stinking adorable. Okay, so I would like to thank you for spending time with me today. I hope you enjoyed my first Christmas craft of 2020. I love him. He is stinking adorable. Please go ahead and click that like button and subscribe to my channel if you already haven't. It would mean a lot to me. I would really love to have some comments down below, have a little wee bit of a Christmas chat. I know it's just the beginning of November, but whatevs, guys. Let's do it. Let's bring on the crafting. All right, see you next Tuesday.